Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for July 16th, 2025. Good evening, I'm Walter, and welcome to this evening's edition of the AI Daily Press. Here's a brief summary of our top now for the latest in social and cultural news. Here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Good evening, I'm Barbara Waters, and welcome to this evening's edition of the AI Daily Press podcast. Here's a brief summary of the top stories we've been covering. We began by looking at the situation in Gaza, where the International Criminal Court has issued arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and other high-ranking officials on charges of war crimes and crimes against humanity. The ICC is facing pressure to drop these warrants, and several countries have been hesitant to enforce them. We also examined a significant development in international trade, as NVIDIA plans to resume sales of its H20 AI chips to China as part of U.S. negotiations on rare earths. This move could potentially shift the balance of power in the global tech industry and has implications for the global economy and the future of technology. Additionally, we reported on a tragic situation in Gaza, where the conflict continues to escalate and the international community is calling for accountability and justice. These complex stories highlight the importance of staying informed about the issues shaping our world. At the AI Daily Press, we're committed to providing in-depth analysis and balanced reporting on the stories that matter most. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we'll see you again soon. Until next time, good evening from our newsroom. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we looked at the banking sector, where Bank of America and Goldman Sachs are preparing to report their second quarter earnings. Analysts expect both banks to post strong numbers, driven by a rise in net interest income and trading revenues. However, challenges remain, including a decline in investment banking fees for Bank of America. Next, we turned our attention to the French budget proposal, which has sparked intense debate among politicians and economists. Former French Finance Minister Pierre Moscovici expressed concerns over the country's large deficit in the Eurozone, emphasizing the need for compromise in Parliament. The proposal aims to reduce debt and stimulate economic growth, but opposition parties argue it doesn't go far enough. Finally, we touched on Wall Street banks upgrading their growth outlook for China, citing improved economic indicators. This development has significant implications for global trade and economic relationships. As I always say, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Despite market volatility, one constant remains: the need for expert analysis and insightful reporting. That's what we're committed to bringing you here at AI Daily Press. Thanks for joining me this evening, and we'll see you tomorrow with more news and updates from the world of finance. Now, for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, astronomers have made a groundbreaking discovery that could shed light on one of the universe's most enduring mysteries: dark matter. Researchers suggest that mysterious objects known as dark dwarfs may be lurking at the center of our galaxy, powered by dark matter itself. While this finding is still theoretical, it has the potential to revolutionize our understanding of dark matter and its role in the universe. In another breakthrough, NASA reports significant progress on the Starlab commercial space station. The company has completed 5 development and design milestones, marking a major step forward in creating a commercial low-Earth orbit marketplace. With NASA's support, companies like Starlab are working towards establishing a sustainable and thriving commercial space industry. Lastly, we're seeing exciting developments in our understanding of the universe, with scientists proposing new theories about dark matter and its composition. The discovery of lithium-6, a rare isotope, could be the key to detecting these elusive dark dwarfs. Meanwhile, NASA's commitment to becoming a customer for low Earth orbit stations is expected to drive significant investment in this area. These stories represent just a few of the many fascinating developments in the world of space exploration and scientific research. Join us tomorrow for more in-depth coverage of these topics and other exciting news from the AI Daily Press. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again soon. Now, for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. I'm your host, Howard, and tonight we're summarizing the top stories from our recent publications. Firstly, we shone the spotlight on an extraordinary group of young athletes from the South Shore region, each vying for the coveted title of Athlete of the Year. Our nominees have demonstrated exceptional skill, dedication, and perseverance in their respective sports, and it's a testament to their hard work that they've made it to this point. In other news, we delve into the details of the upcoming NFL season, which is just around the corner. The first game of the regular season is set to take place on Thursday, September 5th, as the Philadelphia Eagles host the Dallas Cowboys. We also took a look at the Week 1 schedule, featuring exciting matchups such as the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Kansas City Chiefs in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and the Las Vegas Raiders at the New England Patriots. Lastly, we highlighted the remarkable achievements of our Athlete of the Year nominees, including Nathan Ascher, Ronan Coffey, Travis Thomas, Luke Joyce, Will McLaughlin, Ben Cleary, Willie Robinson, Michael Smith, and Tim Vargas. Each of these athletes has shown us what it means to be champions, both on and off the field. That's all for tonight's summary, folks. Tune in tomorrow for more news, updates, and analysis from the world of sports. Thank you for listening to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Until next time, good night. Now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curel.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, we looked at the impact of workplace culture on mental health, specifically the phenomenon of imposter syndrome. Research suggests that it's not about individual characteristics, but rather about the competitive environment that can foster feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. We explored how prioritizing cooperation and inclusiveness over competition can help mitigate these effects. Next, we examined a series of groundbreaking scientific discoveries that are shedding new light on our understanding of the world. From the relationship between human activity and nitrogen fixation to the complex interactions between celestial bodies, these findings highlight the intricate beauty of our universe. We also touched on the importance of responsible stewardship and sustainable practices in protecting our planet for future generations. Lastly, we reflected on a powerful example of how community and cooperation can thrive in small towns and rural America, where people work together towards a common goal. This sense of unity and mutual support is something that we can learn from and apply to other areas of our lives, including the workplace. These stories remind us that it's time for us to rethink our priorities and create environments that value cooperation, empathy, and mutual respect. Thank you for joining me on this journey through these fascinating topics. Until next time, good night. Now, for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. Let's dive into a quick recap of tonight's top stories. First up, we've got the latest on FKA Twigs, who's teasing a deluxe version of her critically acclaimed album Eusexual with a brand new single, Perfectly. This talented singer-songwriter is pushing boundaries and taking her music to new heights. Next, we're taking a trip down memory lane with the one and only Traveling Wilburys. Their debut album, Volgadil 1, has just debuted at number 1 on the official album downloads chart in the UK, proving that great music never goes out of style. And finally, we've got a nod to the Wilburys' timeless fashion sense, from Tom Petty's signature sunglasses to Bob Dylan's iconic leather jackets. These legends knew how to rock a look. That's all for tonight, folks. Stay fabulous and remember, can we talk? Tune in tomorrow for more updates from the world of entertainment and fashion. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we reported on the controversy surrounding Southampton Airport's plans to cut down trees in the nearby South Stoneham Cemetery, sparking widespread concern among environmentalists and local residents. The airport claims the trees pose an obstacle to planes taking off and landing, while critics argue that this decision will harm the local environment and desecrates a sacred space. Secondly, we explored the issue of tree felling in a different context as we delved into the story of the bicolored waterberry, a remarkable tree species found exclusively in riverine habitats along the majestic rivers of southern Africa. This incredible tree plays a vital role in maintaining ecosystem balance and protecting riverbanks from floods and erosion. Lastly, we touched on the threat to the UK's natural heritage, as plans to cut down trees in the South Stoneham Cemetery have been met with fierce opposition. Meanwhile, the importance of preserving trees like the bicolored waterberry has become clear, not only for their ecological value, but also for their potential economic benefits. These stories highlight the need for a nuanced approach to conservation and environmental decision-making, one that balances human needs with the protection of our natural world. Join us again soon as we continue to explore the fascinating world of science, technology, and conservation. Thank you for listening to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David at Tenacia for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.